Honorable Speaker, sir, what steps are proposed to be taken by the government of India through the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in the association with such and above international regulatory bodies to address the regulatory issues pertaining the veterinary medicine?
Sir, I have explained in my reply, but I would like to explain again that worldwide there are 3 models of regulatory bodies that we follow for human as well as veterinary drugs and medicines. There are countries like USA, EU, Japan, and so there are countries like USA, EU, Japan, and New Zealand which follow a common regulatory body. Then there are second categories of countries like the UK, like China, like Brazil, like Australia, which have a separate regulatory body system. And there is this third category wherein the countries follow a model where they have a main national regulatory authority body and within which they have a dedicated veterinary division. So India falls in that third model where we have one regulatory body and within which we have a separate dedicated division for veterinary drugs and medicines. That is how we have the arrangement for regulation. In case of our country, that body is CDSCO, which looks into the quality, safety and efficacy of the drugs, both human and veterinary, and it has a regulatory role in so far as the permission for the import, manufacture or clinical trials of any veterinary drug or human drug or vaccine is required.
Okay?
That's done.
Okay. M.K. Vishnu Prasad. Dr. M.K. Vishnu Prasad. T. Sumati.
Thank you very much, sir. Madam Minister, the Nidhi Aayog last year tabled its report on telemedicine for livestock. It also has highlighted a shortage of approximately 41,000 veterinary institutions, veterinarians, and thus called for improving coverage via telemedicine, which is the need of the hour. So I'd like to ask Madam Minister through you, sir, what measures has the ministry or the minister taken in this context, including the regulation of telemedicine for livestock?
This question pertains to separate regulatory authority for veterinary drugs and medicine. Telemedicine is not related to it.
Question number 266.
We don't look into it.
Kartik P. Chidambaram. माननीय मंत्री जी,
Bill of the House.
माननीय सदस्य,
it's disappointing that this NDA government, no data available government, does not have data on the number of people who are disabled who seek benefits from the Ayushman Bharat scheme. 4 to 5% of our country have some disabilities. Through you, I would like to know whether the government has got any special plans to make sure that everybody with disabilities is universally covered by this insurance scheme, and whether they have any plans on giving any support for those who have caregivers and whether they will pay for those caregivers.
First of all, sir, government has all the data in so far as our eligible beneficiary base is concerned. We are covering bottom 40% population under this scheme, and disability, because the question pertains to disability, sir. I would like to first apprise the House through you and the honourable member, sir, that when we talk about the beneficiary base of PMJ, where do we derive the beneficiaries from? We derive it from the SEC data, we derive it from the RSBY, and we derive it from NFSA. Sir, under SEC data, we have 3 criteria. One is the automatic allocation category. Second is the deprivation criteria for the rural areas under which D1, D2, D3, D4. If you go to D4, that is specifically for the disabled. So that criteria is disabled member and no able-bodied adult member. So disabled members or disabled persons under SEC have been included in this PMJ scheme. Also, sir, under NFSA, we have a criteria under which the Antyodaya Ann Yojana households also specify that disability will be the common inclusion criteria for the identification of priority household. Disabled persons who are heading a household which has no societal support or an assured means of subsistence, or disabled person himself who does not have a societal support or assured means of subsistence, they are also included under PMJ. So disabled members are included in different ways under these schemes, but we don't maintain a central repository of only the disabled members, but we have an overall figure which reflects how many people we are covering under this scheme. Also, sir, there are 13 states. I would like to apprise the honorable member. There are 13 states which follow universal health coverage. So every member within that state who's disabled also is covered under this scheme. And I would like to add that we have a health benefit package under PMJ. That package has been revised 5 times. So the new package of 2022 we have, that package includes 36 medical and surgical packages across 6 medical specialties, which are aimed at helping the disabled persons. And as reported by the state, more than 95,000 admissions across 27 disabilities, across 27 states have happened for the disabled persons. So we very much take care of the disabled persons by way of PMJ schemes, but in a different way.
Supplementary.
The question was whether they are going to support caregivers for disabled people. The minister didn't answer that, sir.
Sir, the question is about the caregivers. I would like to be very clear that Ayushman Bharat takes care of the curative part, not the rehabilitative part. So as far as the caregivers are concerned or the NGOs are concerned, they are mostly in the area of rehabilitation. This question and Ayushman Bharat is for curative part. And for curative part, the minister has given a very detailed answer about the packages, about the issue, about the areas where we intervene and we give support to the people.
Sri Bhartari Mehtab, B. Mehtab, Sri Mallu Ravi.
Honorable Speaker, sir, through you, I want to
माननीय
know.
सदस्य प्लीज बैठो एक बार बैठो आप बैठो कभी भी जब नाम बोलते हैं जब भी प्रश्न पूछते हैं ठीक है ना आप कई बार मैं देखता हूं कि आपका नाम नहीं लेते तो भी खड़े हो जाते हो मल्लू रवि जी आपको कह रहा हूं मैं
Sir, thank you very much for giving the time to ask this. I want to know from the Honorable Minister whether there is any data available on the utilization by scheduled castes and scheduled tribes under this Ayushman Bharat scheme.
Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, I have already explained in my previous reply that we have different bases on which we select or identify the beneficiaries. We don't maintain a separate data for SC, ST, but if you go to the criteria that we have chosen under PMJ in the rural areas as well as in the urban areas. Rural areas, we have deprivation criteria. Urban areas, we have occupational criteria. And there are certain categories of automatic allocation. Sir, I don't want to go into the details of every category, it will take time. But mostly, it is the marginalized and vulnerable section of the society who are also SC, STs who are benefited because of this criteria majorly under this scheme.